back to the 11 names there. I think the centre of attention is sitting in the dugout just now, Graeme Souness. He hasn't come out with the rest of the team. Perhaps a show of modesty to the rest of the players who won this championship on the field. He will certainly make an appearance later on in the game, of that there is no doubt. And Rangers supporters will be delighted to see in goal Chris Woods. There was a doubt about him. He had a cut at the end of his finger, right in the tip. But Rangers don't even have a substitute goalkeeper. That's a sign of the confidence in his fitness today. And there's Dunfermline. They've come to play what the manager assures me is going to be an entertaining game of football today. They're going to have a right go at Rangers. They want to spoil the party. And perhaps the major satisfaction for Dunfermline is they're still in the Premier Division. They're still with the big boys, and they intend to stay there. And there's been some speculation about fullback Ray Sharp there. One or two people have been saying that he's about to move to Aberdeen. Well, Jim Leachman tells me he knows nothing about it. He's remaining tight-lipped, and he said no approaches from Aberdeen. But I wouldn't be at all surprised that this man is provoking wide interest. And there's the referee for today, Dougie Yates from Perth. He works in the Bell Sports Centre up there. A very fit man indeed. Great roar of anticipation over Ibrox. Not all that many Rangers supporters saw the triumph last week, out with those on television. The total attendance at Tannadice was only 15,000, so we've got almost another 30,000 here who went there last week, and looking forward to the end when the championship trophy is presented. But because there is such a very big crowd, I think both of these teams owe it to play as entertainingly as possible. Johnston can't quite manage to get there, and there's Spackman. And Johnson, I think, offside. In that far side, Sharp putting in there. Well, that's a very good effort. That was Paul Smith coming in. Beautiful ball by Sharp. That's an excellent left foot he's got, and coming in, sneaking in at the back there. McCoy's come back. Positive anticipation every time he gets a ball in. Well, that's not a bad ball indeed. Johnston almost got there, and that is why he's so good in the penalty box. I think when he gets the right service, there's nobody more potentially lethal than he in that situation. Now look at this. Now the goalkeeper perhaps ought to have got it, but he didn't, and he sneaks in there hidden and just brushed away. Stephen it up again, did well with the head. Gary Stevens at the back. Now, all requires a deft chip. It's there. Oh, dear, oh dear. Well, look at 1, 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys you could have seen there. And any of the four could have scored that. Well, if ever I could apply the too many cooks spoil the broth adage to a football match this year, look at all these blue jerseys in there. And it's only a goal kick. Got a play by Rangers. McCoy's ran well for that nice little diagonal run. He needs a little bit of support though. Johnston. Stevens, where's the cross again? Must be no great save. Very good save by Westwater. Well, it took a little bit of courage to do this, didn't it? Just away from the outstretched foot of Maurice Johnson and the other prowlers beside him. And roll. Well, too often that's happening from Rangers defence, not hitting the forward players. Jimmy Nicholl. Easily taken by Richard Goff. Good play, Goff. I think he might have been better to go through himself. I must say, Jimmy Nicholl's playing well for Dunfermline. Johnson might pick this up, he does. Walters inside him. couldn't quite get there. He saw the opportunity himself, and it's still all Rangers. Almost a procession now. Monroe's going to give support. Not quite cleared. Westwater is in there. Now John Brown to Stephen, and too much in that. Mark Hugh, the crowd are being entertained. Rangers are pressing all the time. They are varying the moves. And Westwater isn't too happy about the way the tide is flowing. Stevens, this is a good run. Look at the pace. Nice little cutback too. It is at that precise moment you can see the value of Gary Stevens as an internationalist. A defender who can go at pace at a defence. Walters did that very well. There's Butcher. Great goal line clearance. And there's Johnson, can't quite get in. Here's McCoy's. Really should have buried it. Well, Rangers must be bewildered that they haven't put the ball in the net yet. They've had umpteen chances. Now watch this one. Now it breaks to Butcher and right off the line. I think there may have been Jimmy Nicholl in the way, and there was Ali McCoist. That was rather soft, wasn't it? I think you would agree. Spackman picking a lot of balls up, loose balls up in midfield. It's McCoist. Yeah, that'll be a no. The referee said it's a throw. I thought it appealed by McCoist. He's got a ball through to McCoist. It's all a bit squirty, and no, that's the side net. That's from the far side. It must have looked as if the ball was in the net, and I think Johnson has hurt himself in a lovely little through ball there, and McCoist did the right thing. Looked like a half Nelson. He just shrugged it off though for the Rangers. Now Walters, they're hard put to keep it in, but does. Wilson goes back with them. Oh, beautiful turn. Here's Monroe. Oh, great save. Although I don't think that was ever going to go across the face of the goal. Goalkeeper had to make sure. I think it was going behind. Now, the spade work was done beautifully by Walters, and Westwater flinging himself. Well, I make it almost half-time. In fact, looking down at the watch here, we've now played 30 seconds over. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, Rangers have been in almost total command of this game, nothing much to show for it. Some entertaining and attractive football, which is what the crowd wanted to see, but I think we'd like to see something in the score sheet as well. The Dunfermline defence has been opened up at times. On other occasions, the marking has been tight. The goalkeeper professional, and that's why the score at half-time is a slight distortion of the power and the balance of the game, but with no scoring. The Rangers into the second half, and I suppose the Rangers supporters here just want a goal to get the celebrations proceeding, and then see Graeme Souness come on. Hoist, little thrust there, and having said that, Dunfermline have not lain down in any way. They've been mostly pressed back in defence. It's meant for Walters. Go to Rangers. There's no Rangers player there. Spackman is in. Black and white wall there, it's held very firm. And that happened. Walters. Could only be Walters offside. Now here's Goff. Nice little chip round there. There goes Spackman. On his own on the right. Look for a little bit of support. An overrun. Good support there. Offside. Nice little run attack there, and that was a free kick. Jimmy Nicholl. Yes, he knows it. I wonder what he had to say about that. Shall we dance? Walters. Oh, surely a push on Mitchell. Well, I know he's a big man, and you need to be brave to push him, but nevertheless, just have a look at this. Well, did he fall a little bit too soon? I'm not sure about that. Stevens wakes up very well. Well, that wasn't far off. Yeah, that was a good effort by Gary Stevens. Well enough controlled. He had the added difficulty, of course, of a very congested goal mouth, as you can see there. Hardly any time for anybody to come out. And he lets fly. That's a free kick, surely. No, Monroe goes away now. Walters. Look at the pace of Walters. Tremendous run, and there's McCoy's! Yes, he's done it. By the law of averages, the number of chances he's had, he gets to the end of that quite superb run by Mark Walters. 1-0. 7 minutes gone of the second half, and credit to this majestic run. Watch this. Sheer pace, determination, and control at the end. Beautifully weighted pass, and Westwater almost off the hip, saved the day, but not quite. Well, no more than Rangers are due. They should have been 3 or 4 up by now. Here's Spackman. Rangers flooding down now in this penalty area. Johnson finds himself wide. Spackman. Nice little nudge forward there. Brown. Oh, that was a hand, surely. Yes, it was. And the crowd beginning to shout for Souness to come on. I think it's a bit early for I was going to call him captain, the manager, to get in there. Oh, it's a great save and shot. But I think offside. It's all negated. Now just watch this again. Well taken, given offside, and it's very, very good save indeed. Save of the match. And Ali McCoist is coming off. On comes David Dodds. Here's Stephen. Monroe having to search for the ball in a way. Now Walters. Oh, that's really flew in. Just set it up for himself and blasted it. And Graeme Souness is about to come on to play his last competitive senior game of football after a career stretching back to 1970 when he signed as a teenager for Tottenham Hotspur. And so, as I thought, he's going to play the last 20 minutes of this game. And he'll roam around midfield now. He hasn't played since the cup final of last year in a real competitive game, that is. He's kept in training, but one wonders if the touch is still there. I'm sure it is. It's all a matter of mind over matter. He doesn't mind me saying so at the age of almost 37. Graeme Souness, who I would imagine will be as uncompromising in his last 20 minutes of senior football as he was in the first 20 minutes. Just kept in. Oh, great one by Stephen. It's a great run by Stephen. Ran out of support, and Dunfermline have done that very well. They've always added the extra player in defence, and that's helped them. Or else, I think, more wounds would have been inflicted upon them this afternoon. Yeah, Johnston couldn't quite get his sector. I think that was more a shot than anything else, but again, now watch the pace in this. But I think it was offside. Yes, certainly was. Souness is easing himself into the game, you might say. Stephen goes back with him. Well, that's good play by Dunfermline. Wilson is up there. Might just get the shot in. And Ross Jack had the clearest chance that Dunfermline have had in this entire game and was snuffed out. Just watch this. Now, bad marking there. Well, he'd actually fallen flat. Now here's Johnston. On to Dodds, almost. Corner kick. And Souness himself going across to take this corner. And it's a short one, which doesn't surprise me. Now Stephen. Ooh, that wasn't far away. He put plenty curl on that. And enjoyed it. Watch it now. He definitely tried to curl that in. That was very close. 3 minutes remaining. And the song Championes is ringing round Ibrox Stadium. Here's Walters. And there's off the bar. Goff, Walters can't quite get there. Hooked away. And now pressure still on though. Spackman. Here's Richard Goff. Trevor Stephen. Looking for a 1-2. There's Walters. I think Walters was trying a chip, but he actually had been injured just before then, wasn't fully in control of himself. Richard Goff. Walters. Souness, and I wonder what's going through his mind now. Seconds away from his last game. That's a very good ball indeed. Trevor Stephen. Paul Johnson is on the inside. There he is. On towards David Dodds. Oh, yes! A very good goal indeed. To wrap it up, seal the day, and put Rangers, the supporters, the manager on the field in right fettle for the champagne. Great ball this by Johnson. Beautifully finished off by David Dawes, as he's done for so many teams. That's 2-0, and we've played just over the 90 minutes. It could not have come at a better time for that man. The final whistle should go any second. Richard Goff. And there it goes. Graeme Souness has played his last senior match and joins his colleagues on the field, the team that he has steered to his third Premier Division championship in 4 years, to greet the crowd. And there he is, Souness, right in the middle of the place. He desperately misses playing. He once told me it's more frustrating than he thought it would be. Graeme Souness, who came into the game in 1970, played 423 league games in England, scored 60 goals. He got 43 caps. He played in 36 major European games. His greatest achievement, the European Cup with Liverpool. And you know, you've really got to ask yourself, when you look at the stature of the players who were alongside him, that he himself is one of the great players of the generation. But one poses a question, will we ever see the likes again? And here it comes, Terry Butcher. A cordon of order formed by the Dunfermline players. It's been an entertaining game of football, capping a great season for this man again. This is the third time that Butcher and his colleagues have done that in 4 years. And this is now the very familiar ritual of giving everybody a touch of the cup. The sharing of hands. And Adam McCoist, who does enjoy a celebration. There is an emotional occasion for him. A greatly emotional occasion for this man, who came into the game in 1970 when he signed as a teenager for Tottenham Hotspur. He went on, of course, to Middlesbrough and Liverpool. He played 423 league games in England. He scored 60 goals. He got 43 caps for Scotland, and he played in 36 major European games. And you know, he was one of the most significant players of his generation. And if you link his name with so many others he played with, you really have to pose a question, will we ever see the likes again?
Yes, an afternoon of emotion and celebration at Ibrox. Dunfermline played their part. Let's not forget that they too achieved their objective for the season. But it was, of course, Rangers' Day. And afterwards, Archie spoke to Gary Stevens and suggested that it had been an afternoon he had enjoyed.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we came out to enjoy it last year against Aberdeen, but unfortunately they spoiled the party for us a little bit. And obviously we came out today with every intention of not letting that happen again. I had a few chances first half, but it was nice to see the first goal.
It actually was a superb run by Mark Walton.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, Mark's been doing it all season, and it's nice to finish on a high note, isn't it? And obviously, after the second goal, we went in cruise for the last 30 seconds or so.
Again, an excellent second goal.
Yes.
Well, it's a good ball by Maurice Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I mean, what can you say about Maurice? He had it tough for the first maybe 10 games or so, trying to establish himself. But he's a firm favourite with the fans now, and I think the fans enjoyed themselves more than anybody today.
You must have envied the way David Dodds actually finished.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps coming on, scoring goals for us. He's proved to be a perfect substitute, although obviously he'd like to be in from the start.
How did you feel when the manager came on?
It's nice to see him play.
He couldn't get a ball for the first.
No, that's right. I
minutes
mean, that wasn't by design. I mean, honestly, I can't say it was. Otherwise, I probably won't play at the start next season.
Yeah.
No, he had a little run around there for 10 minutes without the ball, and he's pulled his hamstring as well. So,
I mean, the brain's still there.
Of course, and that's what it's all about. I mean, he enjoys the five-a-sides that we play day in, day out, and he enjoyed himself thoroughly today.
How has this season been compared to the others?
Well, the others meaning last year, because obviously I've only been here 2 years, but I think having won the league, teams tend to come after you a little bit. Obviously, would have been Rangers, so much more. So it's been very difficult all year, and especially seeing as we got off such a bad start. But all credit to all the players here, and the fans have stuck by us, and the gaffer stuck by the players, because obviously you would imagine once or twice he's thought about changing things.
Have you become at least a little bit a Scotsman in any sense at all?
I think you're bound to do, really. I'm living in a lovely part of Scotland. I really enjoy playing for Glasgow Rangers. Obviously the biggest club in Britain.
Yes, and a big date for Gary Stevens tomorrow as well, because he gets married. So to Gary and to the future Mrs. Stevens, our very best wishes. Well, there was further good news for the Ibrox club after today's match when Scottish Brewers confirmed that they had signed a new agreement to sponsor Rangers for a further 6 years, with an option for 3 years beyond that. Managing Director Tony Belfield was reluctant to put a figure on the deal, but it is widely believed that if it runs for that full 9-year period, it will be worth in excess of £10 million to Rangers. Clearly, both parties are delighted with the continuation of the sponsorship, and it further emphasises Rangers' determination to remain at the top of Scottish and indeed European football. Meantime, elsewhere in the Premier Division today, second-placed Hearts drew 1-1 at Dundee United, with Alan McLaren equalising a Darren Jackson goal for United. Aberdeen owed their win over St Mirren to 2 late goals by Brian Irvine and Charlie Nicholas in a match which saw Willie Miller make a confident return from injury and Theo Snelders not having to make a save in the entire 90 minutes. At Fir Park, Jackie Jakanowski put Celtic in front after just 6 minutes, but a Davy Cooper penalty 4 minutes before half-time maintained Motherwell's unbeaten record against Celtic this season. In fact, Motherwell should have wrapped up both points. Both Boyd and Kirk missed good chances against a Celtic side who have now gone 7 games without a victory. Hibs wasted their chance of improving their European prospects when they could only draw at home with relegated Dundee. Billy Dodds put Dundee in front before half-time, with Keith Houchin equalising for the Edinburgh side, and John Collins missed a penalty with just 7 minutes left. So the one remaining issue in the Premier, that of the final UEFA Cup place, is no clearer, with all 4 sides involved taking a point today. Celtic meet Aberdeen at Parkhead on Wednesday, with the final round of matches to come next Saturday.